sounds good, voice acting is solid, the soundtrack remains 20 games of this caliber, which are essentially quality games that prioritize the player experience over everything else. They are fairly priced, they don't compromise developers and crannies throughout the game's world. There's also tons of new gear that unlocks brand new playstyles. There's more crazy Elden Ring lore. There's a brand new progression system that does the area that makes it so that you do feel stronger as you progress through the game. Sportsnet Plus. Watch live games anywhere from any device. Subscribe to Sportsnet Plus. Plans start at $19.99.
Hi, I'm Tim. This week celebrating executive deal with 10 Darryl Field.
A lot that goes into setting up a back-to-back-to-back series. Oh, we're in Edmonton. Oh, we're in Florida. Okay, we're back in Edmonton. There's travel in there, but it's dragging so far into the summer, it's almost the draft, man. Teams are already making trades and signings and stuff. So either way, when it comes to the hockey that is still on, the Stanley Cup Finals, Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers could very well lose tomorrow. They could lose the Cup in 6, and everybody will go home. But when it comes to the Connor McDavid show, I wanted to open this video up with the Liam McHugh tweet, quote tweeting the Connor McDavid beautiful assist to Corey Perry in game number 5. For nearly every athlete in the universe, this moment where McDavid walks right by everybody and sets up Corey Perry, this would easily be the most magical moment of their career. For McDavid, it's Tuesday. We are witnessing pure genius. Connor McDavid, ladies and gentlemen, has scored himself 42 points in this year's playoff run, which is 5 behind Wayne Gretzky, the record for the most points ever in a single playoffs. It's behind Mario Lemieux by only 2 points. It's behind Gretzky's second most productive season by 1 point. And there is, at the very least, 1 game left. Connor McDavid, I mean, if you go over to his game log, just taking a look at the production sample and everything we're seeing, the guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points in his last 4 games. Connor McDavid has woken up. He has 8 points in his last 2 games. As the Oilers have come alive, Connor Mack has decided to show up too. He had scored 4 points in the 8-1 win in only 17 minutes of time on ice. He is going out there literally breaking some records for Stanley Cup Finals that we have never seen broken before. And when it comes to this, it's beginning to sound a lot like Connor McDavid. Is he the guy to win? Is he going to get the MVP honors this year? You could say that McDavid's contribution to the Oilers is it more important and better than what we've seen out of Sergei Bobrovsky and his contributions to the Panthers? You could make the debate that after game 1, yes, but you also could say that as Sergei Bobrovsky started to let in a few figures and started to lose games, 5 goals against in game 4, 4 goals against in game 5, Sergei Bobrovsky is kind of looking a bit shaky as of late. Alexander Barkov, well, he did shut down Connor Mack for the first 3 games of the series, which I don't even want to say it was purely shut down. I mean, McDavid still had 3 points in 3 games. Alexander Barkov and his contributions to the Panthers, is it better than what McDavid has been giving? You could very well say no. Let's go out there and talk about a few other tweets before we dive into some of the history about this. Connor McDavid has more points in the playoffs than PLD had in the regular season. This was tweeted out yesterday, and I got a whole bunch of likes because Connor Mack in 23 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs has 42 points. He is almost at 2 points a game. It is more points than PLD had in a full season with the LA Kings this prior year. Is that not hilarious? Sure, PLD had double the goals, but McDavid had 10 more assists. That is just so funny given the sample size of the games and the meaning of the games here, too. Connor McDavid has gone out there in the playoffs and the Stanley Cup Finals, and he's doing this right here. 11 points in his last 4 games. Connor McDavid has been torturing the competition. And now, if we go over to some of the conversations here, TRL the Nice asked, with the back-to-back performances that we had just witnessed, did Connor McDavid clinch the Conn Smythe no matter what? Yes, no, he needs to win the series. And you'll see a lot of people replying, if they don't give it to him, Bettman should have to step down immediately. Some replies are saying, hey, they have to win the series, even if he doesn't get it. The system is rigged. You need 4 wins for that cup. He had a great back-to-back performance, but he had 3 repeats of bad performances in the first 3 games of the finals. Let's just enjoy the series and give the trophies after the finals. Now, there are some replies that are contested about this, but I will say, Connor McDavid, based off of the odds on one of the betting websites, I don't know which one this is. I'm assuming this is whichever one SCPN is sponsored by. I'm not too sure which one it is, but Connor McDavid is now the betting favorite to win the Conn Smythe on this particular website. He's got a minus 130 odds. You need to bet $130 in order to win $100. The other ones, Sergei Bobrovsky plus 800, Alexander Barkov plus 160, Evan Bouchard 1500, Evan Rodriguez 20,000. It's Bobrovsky, it's Barkov, and it's McDavid, baby. These are the 3 guys in the lead. And the guy who's in the lead, the number 1 spot, his team is down 3 games to 2 in the Stanley Cup Final. They were down 3 games to none just a few days ago. Connor McDavid, being the betting favorite to win the Conn Smythe, is such an interesting prop because, as we've been talking about this entire time, there's been very few players in NHL history to win the Conn Smythe as a losing team player. We'll go out there and talk about that more as the video goes on, but some other arguments going out there. Ken Campbell asked, how can we not give the Conn Smythe to McDavid now, regardless of what happens the rest of the way? As great as Barkov has been, McDavid has twice as many points. Twice as many. It's mind-boggling. You then had TSN go out there and tweet this. There have only been 4 players to ever win the Conn Smythe in a losing effort. Connor McDavid, though, is the favorite right now, down 3-0, or 3-2, excuse me, in the series. And then the same odds are put out over here: McDavid, Barkov, Bobrovsky, and Matthew Tkachuk. If you wanted to go out there and look at the history books, this is an article on NHL.com from June 13, 2023, a list of the prior NHL Conn Smythe Trophy winners. Now, of course, I mean, it's all the year that was done, the first team in the playoffs, etc., etc. But if you go down to the bottom here, the asterisks, which are listed on some of these names, indicates that the player was a member of the losing team in the final. So if we Control F and we look for the asterisk, we'll find that J.S. Trudell for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim in 03 ended up winning the Conn Smythe. The photo of him holding the trophy with tears in his eyes, he looks miserable. That's an iconic photo. That is an absolute brick wall. It's just the team in front of him could not get the job done. Going over to the next name here, it's Ron Hextall for the Philadelphia in 1968 with the Blues, and then you have Roger Crozier for the Detroit Red Wings in 1966. So these are your 5 players to win the Conn Smythe Trophy, get MVP of the playoffs despite losing in the Stanley Cup Finals, and Connor McDavid is the betting odds to be that guy this year. Does he get it? Does he not? And furthermore, we had Johnny Lazarus go out there and tweet out, forget the Conn Smythe, it's time to recognize Connor McDavid as the most dominant athlete in any sport. Is this the case? Do you want to go out there and talk about other sport athletes? Simone Biles is talked about here, Patrick Mahomes, Wayne Gretzky even, and then you can talk about a few other guys. I mean, what? Max Verstappen? I don't really know anything about F1. Is it a sport? You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But Connor McDavid, maybe even the best athlete of our sporting generation, who really knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Connor McDavid and the Conn Smythe. What are your thoughts about him potentially being the number 1 athlete in a sport of our generation? And do you think he's got that trophy on lock? Love the betting odds team. Thank you guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We make jazz, honey. You make it count.
Looking back, so 9 times in the National Hockey League's history, a team that had been had 3-0 has been forced to a Game 7. 4 of those 9 series have reached 5 of those. The team that had the 3-0 series has won in Game 7. We're going to Boston. And it dates back to 1939. The first time that the team has a series beating the and the Bruins built up a nice lead in this series. First off, the first game, a 2-1 triple overtime win for the Bruins. Then the Bruins win at home in overtime, 3-2. Win at home again, 4-1. Then they go to New York, and then to the Rangers for the comeback. First, the Rangers win at home 2-1. Then they go into the Boston Bruins home field and win 2-1 in overtime. And then in Game 6 at home, the Rangers win 3-1, 4-7. Before the Bruins triple overtime ended. They win 2-1 against the Rangers and avoid the disastrous reverse sweep, which they could have avoided in 2010. But we'll get there. So the 1939 series, Rangers almost have to come back winning and but get there. 1942 is the next time we see a team up 3-0 7 games to try to close things out. In this case, the reverse sweep is actually disastrous. So the teams on the left are the ones that are down 3-0 in the series. The teams on the right are the ones that just close it out with that big enough series. So the Braves wins the first game against Toronto in the 1942 Stanley Cup Final. They win the second game. So by the fourth of 3-2 and 4-2, Toronto down 2-0 and now they're going 2-3. And then the Braves wins 5-2 in Game 3. So it's done. I don't think anybody at that time was been like, hey, Toronto's going to come back. But Toronto does win in Braves 4-3, 4-5. And then you win at home 9-3, which has to absolutely throw some fear into the Brave Red Wings. Because Toronto was in Brave wins 3-0 before coming home and winning Game 7, 3-1. So it is 5, 6, and 7. That's 15 goals for Toronto, 4 goals for the Braves, and the reverse season to the best of Toronto. Basically, the Detroit Red Wings was trying to answer for that in 45, and they almost did. And again, it's the Stanley Cup Finals. So the first 3 games, Detroit doesn't get the goals. Toronto goes in and wins both games in Detroit. So the absolute mirror of what was done in 1942, where Detroit goes in and wins the first 2 games in Toronto. So 1-0 and 2-0 wins for Toronto, and then Toronto goes home and wins 1-0. Detroit doesn't have a goal, they don't have to have again. Also against them, but then Detroit wins Toronto 5-3 in the 4th game. Detroit wins the home of the 5th game, 2-0. And then in the 6th game, in each overtime, Detroit wins 7-1-1-0. So now Detroit's won back-to-back games by tournament. And the momentum's on their side. Toronto avoids the Rangers reverse sweep in Game 7 in Detroit with a 2-1 win. So close series all the way through. But again, that momentum swing happens, and Toronto avoids that reverse sweep where Detroit tried to do that on the 3 years earlier. And then it's 30 years before we see it again. This is not about strength and to show it off. And so in the quarterfinals, the Islanders and the Penguins, let's talk about the ball. Talk about it's not playing game, so Pittsburgh wins 5-4 on the game. They win 3-1 2 at home again. Then they go against the Islanders, they win 6-4. So what happens in the fourth game? The Islanders win at home 3-1. So they avoid Game 5 against Pittsburgh 1 at home. They go. The Islanders win at Pittsburgh 4-2. They go home, they win 15 by 4-1. And then in Game 7, Pittsburgh, they don't them again with absolutely without time for the season to suggest that Pittsburgh won 3-0 for the first 5 years after this year after the then in the semifinals, well, the Islanders tried it again. So Pittsburgh really got 4-0 in the first game. The second game, they went 5-4